It's the Evening Bulletin. I'm Perry Michael Simon. I've been in Orlando for the last few days for Podcast Movement, and one of the reasons we've been here is that the hotel cut a good deal for the convention. Of course they did, because it's Orlando in August and it's hurricane season. That's going to get you some bargains because, as an article in the New York Times asked just last week, who'd take the risk of a trip to Florida or the Caribbean during hurricane season? The article suggests things to do and ask before you book your trip into the jaws of a storm, including getting trip insurance, checking into the hotel's hurricane protection policy, and making sure you can change flights without paying heavy fees. Or you could just go someplace else where you might not encounter hurricanes, but you might encounter tornadoes, floods, or earthquakes, but at least not a hurricane. Personally, I've been in Florida in hurricane season several times before, and it's always hot and humid. But once I really was in a hurricane when Katrina hit Fort Lauderdale before it hit New Orleans, and all I can say is that if it wasn't for business, I would not have chanced it again this time. My best advice is that if you want to go to Florida, pay a little extra and go when it's less likely you'll be in the middle of a storm that'll cut the power, knock down every tree in its path, and keep you from the beach and everything else. On the other hand, a hurricane will give you one hell of a story to tell when you get home, so there's that. And that's that for Travel Week at the Evening Bulletin. Back to normal on Monday, but as for this week, that's enough.